ever since I started making content, I've always had this one big goal, and that's 100k subs on YouTube from long form content and getting that silver plaque. I don't know why, but the idea of the silver plaque just, I don't know, it feels like it's more than just a plaque. It's like a symbol of all the hard work and dedication and late nights that you've put into content creation. And I love that YouTube still has that as a thing and no other platform really does, because it just makes me really want to push towards finally getting it. And, you know, I've been on this content creation journey for a while now, trying out different platforms, kind of playing around with different styles and basically learning kind of as I go along. And when I first started, my videos were awful, but the stuff I'm making now is kind of all right. It's been a big learning curve and it's taught me a lot, but the one platform that has always got the best of me has been YouTube. It's always been YouTube. I've never found momentum. I could never be asked. Everything just seems difficult, harder. You got to be consistent. Videos take longer time to edit. You've got a script. And I've just never felt like really wanting to put all of my effort into it. And I think part of the problem is that in my head, I've built this false perception that every video that you post on YouTube has to be this like well-polished, high-quality video, probably not helped by the fact that I've grown up kind of comparing myself and watching all of these cinematic videos and thinking like, how am I ever going to recreate that? And then when I post my own video that's an attempt to be, you know, good and high quality, I look at it and it just feels underwhelming. And then I would have this feeling of just like embarrassment or vulnerability. I'm putting myself out into the world and I kind of know the thing that I'm, you know, putting out there is not that good, and I just feel deflated and, you know, don't want to do it. And I think all of that together is partly why I turned to like Twitch streaming as an alternative. It's a lot easier, it's a lot less pressure. Like talking to viewers in real time is kind of fun. You don't have to worry about, you know, doing long edits like YouTube. Could just be myself. You know, there was a little bit of editing involved, but nothing like long form. But streaming didn't come without its challenges for me. I had to keep a regular schedule, like streaming like the same days and the same times, or people would be in my Discord like nagging me. Like that put a lot of stress and pressure on me that I didn't like. It felt like I had a job. All of these requirements that, you know, you kind of had to conform to as a streamer. And then like as I started not to grow anymore, I started to look how to grow, and then I realized that actually being a streamer is, you know, it is easy being a streamer, but it's not necessarily easy growing as a streamer. And part of like my journey led me to short form. That is essentially why I started making TikToks, to try and grow my stream. And I got very fortunate. I had virality like within the first like 4 weeks, and I got that like instant gratification, that instant dopamine hit that I was looking for on YouTube but never got. And obviously I wanted more of it. Obviously that helped drive me to push forward, to create more videos, to hone my craft. I got better at making kind of 30-second to a minute long videos. And, you know, even though I switched niches, I still had that like desire like to push forward with short form, because it was what I'd always done. It was where I found like my first real success, and it's kind of brought me where I am today. However, I feel like it's held me back in some ways. I feel like I've kind of caged myself into this now style. And I'm finding it really difficult to deviate away from that. I'm finding it really difficult to focus more on like storytelling and dive deeper into topics, because I'm putting this pressure on myself to get views, to get engagement, to stop people from just scrolling past, because short form is so different than long form. You do have to get people's attention in 2 or 3 seconds, and sometimes that means going down a route that just, you know, isn't that nice and isn't that, I don't know, it just doesn't make you feel proud that you've created something beautiful like I feel like you can do on YouTube. And so that's obviously led me to play more to the algorithm, which I guess in some ways has shaped and developed my skills as a short form creator. But I feel like, I don't want to say I've hit the ceiling, but I just feel like I'm not feeling creatively inspired anymore on the short form platforms. And I did experiment on a second account, like with some longer stuff. This is a TikTok and Instagram short channel. And the comments that I got there were like nothing I'd ever seen before. I was talking about my journey, my thoughts, insights as being a creator, and just talking about, you know, me and what I'm experiencing and just giving some advice. And I was like, wow, this is obviously so powerful. People were saying that they prefer this channel to my main channel. And then I had the idea, why don't I take these ideas, take this content, polish it up and just start putting it on YouTube more? Because I know that there's just more room for me to grow here. A place where I can tell full stories. I can shape narratives. I don't have to worry about hooking people in 3 seconds. I can build a deeper and stronger connection with you, my audience, and I can create content that like shows who I am, it represents who I am, videos that I'm proud of, that also creatively challenge me, but also offer value to people watching. Because, you know, I've watched YouTube creators for so long and I've always felt like so blown away by people who can just like make you feel something in a 5 or 10 minute video. I've always wanted to achieve that myself. As I said earlier, you know, when I used to watch these people, I used to think like, oh my God, I wish that I could make a video like that. And you know what? I think I've developed my short form skills enough to then transfer those to long form to make me feel confident that I can actually now reach the ability of some like better storytellers on YouTube. And aside from just developing my own skills, YouTube is just a much better place for building something that lasts. The algorithm is more consistent, views don't jump around as much. People who subscribe to you actually get to see your videos, you know? It's easier to build what feels like a more permanent community. And from a business perspective, it's just much more sustainable for creators. Like, to be a sustainable creator, I have to think about my revenue streams. I have to think about diversification. And I think YouTube is a big piece of that puzzle. And so now I have the actual like time and freedom in my day and week to put more effort, or the effort that I need to put into the YouTube videos. I'm like, Ben, come on, like this is your time. You should be doing it now. Like, what are you waiting for? And so without further ado, this is now me committing to YouTube. 1 video a week, probably every Wednesday. I know that is going to be hard. I ain't gonna pretend to you that is gonna be easy for me, but I want that silver play button. I want those 100 subscribers. And how am I gonna do that? I don't fucking know. I don't know, but I've got some ideas. I'm thinking that maybe I just start sharing what it's like being a full-time creator, the lessons I'm learning, the ups and downs, building a creator business, what I'm trying out. Because, you know, I got lots of experience being a part-time creator, and as I've moved to being like a full-time creator, things have changed. Things are very different, but I still have the same problems. I still have the same challenges. I still get stressed about the same things that I got as a part-time creator, but now it's my job. I'm trying to figure out, how do I not get stressed by those things? Like, I've got more time to figure out my problems, and I'm hoping that in me sharing my journey and story as a full-time creator and figuring out my problems, hopefully you, if you're a part-time creator or a full-time creator, will also be able to relate to those, and we can figure them out together. Because like I said, I know that I'm still facing similar problems compared to when I'm a part-time creator, just like consistency, diversification, where to focus my attention, what to focus my attention on, you know, how to make money, you know, all of these things that all us creators want us to solve. There's a million things going on in our head at once all the time. And I can tell you, as a full-time creator, even though I've got more time to breathe, there is still 1,000,001 things going on in my head. Actually, probably about 10,000,001 now. That is part of the problem. Deep breath. So do I think I can do it? Yes, I do. I don't think I'd be sat here committing myself in a video to doing it. It's going to be hard, you know. But if there's one thing that I'm not sure of, it's determination to succeed. And while that spot on my shelf over there is still empty, it now feels like it's kind of reachable. It now feels like I can actually work towards it. It's attainable. I am gonna get there. I'm gonna get there because I'm gonna be consistent with uploading. I'm not gonna worry about all of the minute details. I'm gonna just upload, get better, upload, get better, upload, get better, and I will get there. And it doesn't matter how long it takes now. It doesn't matter how long it takes, because I am now committed to the cause. And I'm hoping that by me committing to the cause, so will you. And we'll go on a journey together. We'll both commit, and we'll show that when you take something seriously, anything is possible.